Welcome to the Mostly Traverse City podcast. I'm Julie Bronze.
And I'm Don Pichet.
Each episode, we introduce you to the real treasure of TC, its people.
You're invited to get to know the soul of Traverse City, one story at a time. Enjoy the latest episode of the Mostly Traverse City podcast. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Mostly Traverse City podcast. Super excited here today to have a Traverse City. We're not necessarily local, but been here for a couple of years.
Been here for a long time now, but yeah, I don't spend enough time here.
This is Adam Schriber, and Adam is, if you don't know who this guy is, ask any of your friends that are golfers, and they'll know. Adam is he's one of the top teachers in the country, if not the world. Let me tell you a little bit about this guy, and then we're going to dig in. He's been a director at the Director of Instruction for Ledbetter Academy, which is one of the top schools in the country. A graduate of Ferris State University's professional golf management program. So did it right here and played a little bit on tour. He's been a top 100 instructor for years and now a Golf Digest top 50 instructor. Some of the cool stuff. You're from Hollywood, Florida. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a bit. Founded a 501c3 organization called Mad Golf, which stands for Make a Difference Golf, and where he works with high schoolers and tries to help them get to the next level in golf, like college golf. And more recently, I can't wait to talk about this. You've taken over the coaching role at Elk Rapids girls golf team. Yeah, I want to talk about that down the line. You have been highly exposed this year because one of your pupils, JJ Spawn, won the U.S. Open, and that is, congrats on that, bro. What's your connection to Traverse City, Hollywood, Florida? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, Traverse City was just a place you came from Ferris. So I learned about Traverse City when I was in Ferris. The Bear was being built. And we went to, right?
Yeah,
so it came up and the Bear was a big deal back
then. It sure was.
Nicholas did the grand opening.
Yeah.
Came up there and we played the
Bear. Oh, you were up there that day?
I believe I was there that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had Doug on. Doug Grove played with Doug Grove is on a previous episode. And he's
Doug's a legend here. So, learned about it then. And so went through life's turmoils and challenges. Ended up, was going to get a divorce. And we were trying to figure out the best place to raise the kids, and two families. Kids were fairly young, and at that time we were living in outside Aspen, Colorado, which was kind of like fantasy land and not the real world. Not what I thought would be a great place to raise kids, especially like in a split family. She gave me the option of Traverse City, and I was like all in because I thought it was a
You'd been here, and you
it was mainly the kids.
Yeah. It's a great
right place to raise kids was the reasoning behind originally coming to Traverse.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, okay, well, this sucks the most for your kids. Yeah. So what's the best way you can do this?
What can I make it suck least?
Yeah, basically.
You came to Traverse City and you kind of instantly got connected in the.
Yeah, I originally came and kind of worked with the Crystal Mountain crew and. I was working with Brad Dean out there and helping a lot of high schools for free and getting to work with the kids.
Yeah.
And, actually back then I had a gal named Candy Kong who was young and starting her career on the ladies tour. And Anthony Kim on the men's tour, and they both got to inside the top 10 in the world at the same time, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of helped my career get going. And,
that's awesome. And more recently you're here at, you're kind of set up shop here at Lock-and-Heath?
Lock-and-Heath. I've been at Lock-and-Heath now 12 years.
That's a great facility out there.
Treat me amazing there. It's a small kind of membership that likes it, keep it that way. And it's great for my players. It's a tough course. Got a good access to a great practice facility. And, it's kind of fits the MO what I need up here,
Well, I mean, the reality is you're kind of not around here.
Not as much as I want to be, like honestly, it's been a crazy times because it's such a crazy times in golf. You almost have two tours on the PGA Tour. You got PGA Tour and PGB Tour. And, this year, for instance, they're cutting 25 jobs. So that it's going from 125 being exempt. And
those guys are going to be somewhere.
And my guys, I've had 12 first-timers make it. That's the thing I'm most proud of, right?
Wow.
That's pretty cool, right? I felt, maybe I was in the right place at the right time, but 12 times maybe I've made a difference too. And
gotta
I'd
be.
like to think I've been able to contribute some. And I call myself more of a coach than a teacher because I think you do both if you're doing it really well.
Yeah.
And so typically my guys, aren't always inside that top 100. So
Yeah.
this is a pretty stressful year. We've got 4 events left in the year right now. And I've got one guy at 99 and one at 106. And the top 100 get exempt. So I'm off on Sunday to Utah.
Okay.
Hopefully we're going to play really good in Utah and,
Yeah.
take some stress away.
Well, it's been a good year, so I would have expectations that things are going to
we'll
continue to
see,
go in that direction.
Hopefully.
That's cool.
hopefully,
For the little bit of time that you do get to spend here now,
I love it here.
what do you love best?
I mean, it's like the great outdoor playground to me. Like the hardest part of nice days here is deciding exactly what you're going to do. Like, do you get on the water? Or do you go play golf? Or do you go play pickleball? Or do you go for a bike ride? Or do
Hey,
you go
stay
for
off
a
the
hike?
bike, man. I remember the last time you went.
Yeah,
I think I got a phone call from you the last time. You got airlifted out of the mountains or something.
I did. I went over the handlebars on my mountain bike in Scottsdale, and it did not end.
It was
well.
like he's the real $6 million man.
Here's what's freaking crazy about that, okay? So I've used that story to motivate my players. Like, I used that for JJ at the Ryder Cup. And I'm like, dude, like I went over these handlebars, it's dusk, nobody's coming down this path. There ain't nobody coming.
Not until the morning, maybe.
Not until the next day, right? I'm sitting there, I've tried to get up 3 times and fallen each time. So I've got a shattered pelvis and shattered L5. I know I'm messed up, but that's all I know.
Yeah.
But at no moment in my head was I not getting out of there. You know what I mean? That never, that thought, and thank God, because I think I'd die if I let that enter my head.
Yeah.
I really do, because
Yeah.
I'm listening to coyotes, and I'm like, dude, like you can't freaking go like this. This is just no way, buddy. Like you're just out burning fat. I mean, I sat there at the end of my day, like I had just done a boot camp for players, and I'm like, all right, do you go hit balls right now or do you go for a bike ride? And I looked at the mountains and I'm like, oh, you don't get those every day. Take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, you should hit balls, dude. But, so I just wedged rocks around the tires of the bike and I could use a bike to leverage myself up. I screamed like a little girl and, had to ride 3 miles back to civilization. It was
With busted up.
with shattered pelvis, and I was screaming over every bump and was in a lot of pain. And then,
Well, I remember you. I think
it
you
wasn't-
texted me the
it wasn't
X-rays
pretty.
or something
And,
like that. I'm like, oh, bro.
I'm like, dude, I didn't know how I was getting out of there, and I don't know how you're winning today, but
Yeah.
you're winning.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
like,
overthink it,
Don't,
just go.
Yeah, just know you're getting it done. Just know you're going to get it done and have that outlook the whole time. And if we could all, I can say it's
easy to say,
easy
yeah.
now.
But
And
you know
put
what,
yourself in the moment. It's
I think
so hard
you
sometimes.
have the luxury. How old's JJ?
34.
Okay, and you're a few years older.
Yeah, I got a couple.
You have the luxury of winning and getting through and getting through and getting through your whole lifetime.
And that's a big part of me wanting to help the kids here, quite honestly. Like,
Yeah.
my dad passed when I was 15. I was actually at the Feature Masters when I got the call.
Really?
And they're flying me home, and I knew, like, I couldn't afford to fly.
Yeah.
I had bummed a ride with this other family up there, tag-along kid,
Yeah.
it was from the wrong side of the tracks to be in golf, quite honestly. But had a little bit of talent. And so they flew me back. I was only blood matching the family. My dad died of leukemia. They did this 6-hour transfusion at the time. I was pretty lost after that. It got a little worse. I lost my best friend 6 months later.
Oh,
Then I was
man.
really lost. If it wasn't for these coaches, like firemen, local people like we have here in this community, really taking this kid under their wing, making sure he stayed out of trouble,
Show him what
veering
love
him in
feels
the
like.
right direction when he
Yeah.
gets off track.
That's the cool thing, and that's part of the reason that Julie and I are doing this podcast. Is like, Adam Schriber, he's a famous golf coach. Blah 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 blah. Nobody knows the backstory.
No,
Nobody knows why you're so resilient, why you don't quit, and why people would want to spend time with you.
a couple of coaches that weren't even at my school that just knew me through golf really influenced me as much as anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a black coach from competitive school. His kid went to my high school, and my mom was tutoring his kid in math, and he's like, how can I help you? You're helping my kid. And his kid was the best basketball player in our state. He wasn't getting out of high school without my mom's help.
Yeah.
And so Mickey Diller was this man's name, and he's like, how can I pay you back? He's like, well, my kid's really into golf. I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And Mickey taught me to play,
Yeah.
Really, if it wasn't for Mickey, I had so much respect for Mickey. It was incredible. He ended up teaching Calvin Pete to play.
You're kidding me.
Everybody knows Calvin's story. So,
everybody that's old like you and me.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and you're probably watching this and not that old, so just.
And I played with Calvin Pete when he couldn't break 90. The biggest thing and the whole thing for Mad Golf is I want to make a difference. I want this crazy life to mean as much as possible because, I just wanted to play. Yeah. I didn't want to coach. I don't know who sets out to be a coach. I was going to shame every other professional athlete to giving half their money to charity and every movie star, and that was my plan. So I don't know what little kids, I had this in me since I was a kid for some odd-ass reason.
Huh.
But, and it doesn't make me hate myself. But I still I think it's weird. I don't know a lot of people that are like that. So, and I obviously like adrenaline, I guess, somewhere in that. I learned to snowboard at 40 and I like all that.
Yeah.
I do like the
So you're quite an atypical golf coach. I would think so. I don't think there's that many guys that are thrill seekers like you are.
No, I don't think so either.
That's one of the characteristics about your personality that makes you special, that makes you, taking a risk.
Yeah.
If you fall, you get back up. What's the big deal?
Yeah. So, yeah.
But if you never take a risk, you don't know that. Do you know what I mean? You know that in real life, you don't have to talk about it. It's just this is what happens.
True.
This is what I've done. And fell off, broke my leg, pelvis, all that stuff. Got up, here I go again.
No, and it helps keep golf in perspective because, as big as U.S. Open is or Ryder Cup or whatever, it's just golf, man.
Yeah. On Monday, it's the same thing.
Yeah, you're waking up tomorrow regardless. The golf isn't going to kill you. Something else might. And it's it's easy to forget about that, right? Yeah. They're playing for too much money and, all the fame you get and all the accolades you get. It makes it really easy to realize it's just, we're, I think there's one, I keep trying to figure out, I like my life a lot, but also I'm 63, man, where'd it go? And I've been on tour for arguably 3, almost 4 careers of players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
it's
and what is it that's kept me doing this stuff? Because it's really hard on relationships. It wasn't easy raising kids. It's challenging in a lot of ways. And I think everybody that's out there is a little bit overly competitive. I think we love we love the feeling of post U.S. Open, and you're an addict for that.
You over the years, you brought a few that I think I don't know what your schedule now, if this is still something you do, but you would always kind of adopt a kid every year and have them up here, spend some time with you during the summer. And I remember a few times you brought these kids over for me to kind of evaluate.
Eventually made it on tour, came here, remember?
Oh, and I think, but what's neat about that is, when you did that, I was sort of surprised, why would you care? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then, after kind of following you and watching you and paying attention to you, and it's that's one thing I can tell you for sure. If Adam says I'm on your team, it's 100%.
I've always said, I'm rich in relationships.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I do believe what I said. And it's it doesn't pay the bills, but it still feels great, dude. It's still to know you have people care about you as much as, we spend so much time with each other and we're in the trenches a lot. And dude, I'm hearing the worst of their times and they're living the worst of mine sometimes with me, and it's, to push it through to the other side and experience joy together. It's special.
Super happy for you.
Yeah.
Somebody's new to Traverse City, moved up here just like you did several years ago. How would you suggest they plug into this community?
It's easy, I think. I think that it's all about community here. Like if you look for something to do tonight, there'll be a local band playing somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
somebody will be doing a fundraiser for somebody else's cause here. And it's really easy to get behind each other and support stuff. I mean, and I think like we have so many talented like artists, musicians that come out of this little
Yeah.
area in northern Michigan.
Yeah.
And why, man? You know, like, because it's unique. Like, I think it's like, people ask me, like, the tour life people ask me why I live here. I'm like, bro, it's like San Diego with no people. You know, and you got 8 months of not San Diego, but that's why there's no people. You know, or something to that effect, or a lot less populated.
Yeah.
But I think it's like got just amazing beauty that way.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about this mad golf thing. Let's talk a little bit about what's the spirit behind this thing, and how is this manifesting, and
Yeah, I mean,
how can people get involved? I guess
Mad Golf's just all about make a difference, right? That's what the Mad Golf stands for. It's kind of
and when you say make a difference, I just want to make sure, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I don't think you're saying make a difference in somebody's golf game. You're talking about make a difference
in a
life.
young person's life.
Okay,
really.
that's
Like,
just going to
it really, it's a lot of my background, a lot of people taking me under their wing, keeping me out of trouble. I'm sure, like somebody told me this a long time ago, like nothing will teach you more than your life experiences, and that's going to shape you more than anything else. And you can have some bad ones, and it's what you do with it, and you can have hopefully a lot of good ones too. But it's like, so it's make a difference for the young kids. I mean, I've always robbed from Peter to pay Paul. I'll overcharge you and won't charge the kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're not okay with it, I'm like, so what?
Yeah.
I'm doing it for little Johnny,
Yeah.
so suck it up.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, then I'm okay with you going somewhere else.
Yeah. So check the show notes there for some contact for Adam if you just want to have a conversation with him and have a phone call with him. I know that he'd be up for that. I was scrolling through the other day in the socials, and I see, Adam's coaching the Elk Rapids High School girls golf team.
Yeah.
All right, so you're the Elk Rapids girls golf team coach is also the guy that won the U.S. Open this year.
Yeah, I think
those girls got to be itchy. Do they even know what?
Yeah, they actually have a clue now.
Okay.
So I've helped them the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
And we had Don Smith, who's, I don't know if Don's assistant coach or he's just a volunteer dad. Mike Newhouse is a coach, and it's funny because I helped coach Mike's granddaughter. Yeah, so Mike's the head coach, so I've known Mike for that long.
Yeah.
And he obviously knew me and knew I had a clue about what I was doing. So basically, I think these girls had to play on the boys team 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So we had to start this team. Last year, they had 3 girls make all conference, 1 make all state. This year, the girls won regionals by 28 shots, and they're on their way to play at Ferris.
Oh, how about
which is
that?
where states are on Friday and Saturday. It's so much fun, dude. It's like the notes I get from these little girls make you remember, because it's easy to forget about on tour.
Oh, yeah.
Right? With all the stress on tour, these guys can lose it on you. You're only as good as their last performance. Sometimes the appreciation isn't always there. And it's really interesting, but like the appreciation from the girls is pretty much always there, and it makes you remember why the hell you started doing this. And
I think that's what I love best about you. I don't get to see you that much because you're traveling all over the place all the time, but your spirit, your authenticity, your transparency rub people the wrong way sometimes, absolutely. But you know what? I know exactly where Adam stands, and it's for other people.
I can't play poker, that's for sure.
I'll keep that in mind. But anyway, any last things you want to add? We're going to wrap this up.
No, I mean, my whole mission here is to help the kids. Maybe have a tour star come from here someday, but more importantly, like get the kids scholarships, create opportunity for the kids here, create opportunity through golf, and maybe even bleed the golf ideas into other sports and create more opportunities there. But like golf's kept me out of so much trouble, and I mean, I think when that happens to you, you're supposed to flip it and do similar for future,
Give back.
right? And give back somehow. And that's all I'm really trying to do. And I'm not sure I'm going about it the best way, and I could use all the help I could get. So anybody that
I'll
wants
tell
to
you, you're a
help
blessing
pull the
to
rope
have
in
in
that
this community
direction.
for the couple, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks we get, out of the year that you're in and out. These girls are going to someday tell their kids, yeah, that old guy in there, he was my golf coach in high school. And what a legacy you're leaving, not just,
Yeah, that's nice.
for the JJs of the world that you're working with, but for these little girls. And I can tell just by you talking about it, you're just as passionate about JJ winning the U.S. Open as you are for those girls taking their state championship run and making it go. And I think that's unique, that's special, and that's part of what makes Traverse City an amazing place. Is we got people just like you all over the place in
I
this
think
town.
there's so many people behind the youth here. Like, that's why I stayed here. Like, that's just love.
Yeah,
That's all that is.
I appreciate that. Well, listen, I appreciate you. Thanks for being part of the Mostly Traverse City podcast. And man, if you like this at all, share this with your friends. Get it out there. Like, follow, share, whatever, all that stuff you have to do. And we'll see you next time on the Mostly Traverse City podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Mostly Traverse City podcast. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep living your own kind of magic.